All right, hello. Welcome to the first edition of the Sudden Death podcast here. I'm joined by Ein and Wata, and we're going to be talking about tier lists because ours is clearly outdated. Say hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello, if you hear volleyball noises, it's my fault.
All right, so I took a poll about 4 weeks ago, or five, I don't know how long it was, and got the community to come up with a tier list, and this is what you all voted on. Now, obviously, we're going to make changes because there's some stuff I disagree with, but for
Yeah.
starters, I think we'll obviously start with the S tier characters. Daisy was unanimously S tier. Only one person voted Daisy not S tier. I don't know who that person was, but and then Peach. A lot of people voted Peach A and B tier, but I think those just out of spite. But
I think Daisy and Peach are pretty like S tier. I think they're good plays there. They're
Yeah.
pretty
No,
OP
the
and they have good
princesses.
items as well.
Yeah, the princesses are they're essentially the Spaceys of this game. They're such a solid archetype of character that you can't really find anything wrong with them. Especially with triple shells, they're so good.
yeah,
That's right. One thing I never understand on the S tier is why Robo is an S tier because like he's like OP when you play with Super Strikes, but with our rules he's pretty like not that good, I guess. I mean he's everything. Like every Robo is faster than the sidekicks, but the hit range is like really bad. I think on the same level as Cooper, so I don't know why is he on the tier list. I guess it's banned as well, like, but
Well, yeah, I
still,
think hot take. I don't really think the super team is that good. The only reason they
nah.
were good before was because they had super strikes.
yeah.
And super strikes make like every person on your team can do a super strike that's broken, but we're not playing in the super strike meta anymore, and they
Yeah,
don't have
that's
toad
true.
hit range. So therefore, base gameplay means they're
Yeah,
kind of
the only thing
little
that is
garbage.
like good on these is that everyone is like a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Not only the main
So if
character,
you all have
so
the captain speed, then
yeah.
you're pretty much easier to
Yeah,
defend.
no, it's not
That's the only
nearly.
thing.
It's not near. I don't think it's that big of an advantage, especially because most of your movement with the ball, which is probably the most important thing that you can have in terms of movement, it's all going to be based off of the sprint speed, and the sprint speed is so much faster anyway.
Yeah.
It's the same gap.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so we're pretty much all in agreement with the S tiers except for Super Team, but since they're not legal, we're not really going to count them in. Now, the A tier is where things get interesting. Mario got bumped up from B to A. I think that's probably due to a lot of people seeing the Mario RNG
Yeah, I
from
think that's
the past two
that's the
years.
only reason he's higher because
Xander and
I
Jacob with their dinkers.
yeah, because
I
many people
I
see
mean
them.
like here's the thing, results wise he should be up there in A tier, but in terms of like theoretical character wise, I think they should Mario and Luigi should stay either B or
Yeah,
C because they're not it's like they're the archetype is super basic. There's no you're if anything you're getting hindered because all you're getting is extra mushrooms, and unless you're like a godlike movement player, then
yeah.
like
But I
there's not
think
really much you can do with mushrooms.
with the extra mushrooms, like it's a niche, and if you're good with mushrooms, it's like basically a really good player. Captain, if you want to play with Mario Luigi, because mushrooms are like if you know how to really play them and defend them as well, I think you can like pretty easy goals. But if you don't know, I think they're both on B tier for me.
Now, Yoshi was a complete mix bag there. Me personally, I think that Yoshi should probably B tier. I don't think he's at the
Yeah,
level of an A tier
going
character.
with you because I don't see like
I'm pretty
Yoshi
solid with
really usual.
yeah, I'm pretty solid with a Yoshi at B tier. There's no like it's the same thing as the other as basically the Mario Bros. The only difference being spiny shells are a little better, so there is the argument that they should be ahead, but they're within the same tier of character.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, Waluigi's an interesting one because his movement is really, really good,
I think
and
his hitbox is really thin, right? I
and
think
then
the
the
hitbox is
triple items is
like the
also
princess. Yeah. The
like I
problem is that
think
with the triple items, the problem is if you get like the good radius about the item split up or not, need some luck if you want
The
to.
problem is Waluigi is in the same movement here as Peach and Daisy, which is really good, right? That's like pretty insane for
Hmm.
what you can do with the character. The the items though are so abysmally shit and inconsistent. Like they could
Yeah.
be either like the greatest thing in the world, and that's if and like it, at some points it's not even up to you. It's up to the auto target
Mm.
system. Like you point in a direction and it goes like completely in another direction. You're like,
Yeah.
well, guess I'll just die and like get hit and get scored on the other way. Like
Yes.
at that point, it's genuinely not your fault. Like, and so that is like with it being the most inconsistent item in the game, it really severely holds Waluigi back. So it's probably another bounce between A and B, leaning more towards low A.
yeah,
That it feels like it should be there on like the
Hmm.
spectrum.
yeah, I would agree with that.
That's like pretty decent said. It's like pretty inconsistent and you can't really say where items go.
And
It's I don't know why I should put them in B or A.
I mean, performance-wise, I mean, they're probably a B because there's only two of us out here that make
Hmm.
Waluigi
But
these
the thing is,
days.
are we talking about performance-wise on the tier list or about the characters itself? That's the thing.
I mean, it's a little bit of both. I mean, that's I think part of the reason why people move Wario down is because people didn't
Hmm.
see Wario perform at all in like MSO and like all these side tournaments and like
Yeah.
Banana and Viff are quote unquote retired, so like there's no like real reason why Wario would be up in A as a character is what I guess their opinion is, and then Luigi I think is just a quintessential B character, exactly like
Yeah.
Mario, just a little bit better with the movement.
Yeah, I can say Luigi is like a little bit different to play than Mario, I think, more defensively, I guess,
Yeah,
because somehow I feel like Mario is when you got to rebounds or stuff, he's getting like better angel, like better shots from different directions. But the Luigi is I don't know how I should feel about him. I play him like recently as well. I like him, but it's a mixed feeling sometimes
I mean
when I play him.
At Luigi's peak, he's probably an A tier character because the interesting fact about the data, he's got the same like hitbox as Peach and Daisy, so like you can easily avoid defenders and move
Yeah.
around much better with Luigi than with a Mario, even though they both got the same item drawing pretty
Is it
much.
just me though, or does Luigi's animation feel significantly worse than the princesses? Like
Uh,
I tried playing
oh,
the princesses. It feels like Luigi's like turning radius feels like a lot worse, so you can't avoid as much. Or but I might just be like schizo.
I think you need to repeat the first part because you lagged out.
Damn, unlucky.
Okay.
Pretty much. Um, it feels like Luigi is theoretically supposed to be a movement god, right? Because of the mushrooms, very small hitbox, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The thing, at least from personal experience, is it just me, or does he have a significantly worse turning radius than the princesses?
I would agree with you
Um,
on that with the less turn race. It is much harder to deke
Like,
and stuff with Luigi than it is with
yeah,
Peach
yeah,
and Daisy.
I felt it as well.
because like his animations and stuff, like they feel. I don't think the word like it's less clean because if you get it right, it's still like amazing, right? But it feels harder. It feels jankier. It feels
That's
like there are
true.
things that you get the timing right for, and you still get hit because of the animation. And you're just like, well, now what?
Hmm. That's true though. But maybe it's just a feeling. Maybe it's just because it looks like Goofy when he's turning.
It is no, I mean real. Like here's the thing. There's no way for us to have official data on that unless we literally have like a practical tasser, which
Yeah.
we don't somehow. So yeah.
So Wario, the next character behind Luigi, I think definitely is.
Can I talk my piece
Yes,
on Wario?
Yes, talk your piece on Wario.
My take: Wario is the worst character in this because he item is Big Bomb. Now, Big Bomb are the second worst consistent item in this game because it has all of the triple bombs bad targeting. It's made slightly better by the bigger hit radius, but like even then, you can still miss or get sent completely in the wrong direction, and it's god awful. You do not have the benefit of a small hitbox. You have the second biggest hitbox in the game, so movement stuff is harder. Not impossible, but is harder. And you don't even if normally the trade-off, as you see with DK, who we haven't really talked about yet, the trade-off with that is if you have a bigger hitbox, you have bigger items. But you don't always get bigger items with Wario. It's mostly centered on big bombs, not bigger items. So you'll still get a big mix of smaller shells and stuff, and you don't really get the offset. So
I can
all
feel take.
All that considered, it's such a there's a very specific niche for Wario, but not really good between DK and the rest of the characters, and it's such a bad archetype in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we didn't understand the last part, but I guess we know what you're saying.
Yeah, I would say
What?
at least for me, for Wario. I mean, I could see him as the worst character in the game because I mean, bad item drawing, bad movement, yada yada etc. So I mean, it's close between him and DK Wit's the next character, who everyone it was close margin by 2 votes. People wanted to keep him at the C tier. I think you could honestly move up DK to B tier just based on there's a lot of people have been able to use DK nowadays and be viable, and he's no longer a liability when you use him just for fun.
Even on a results standpoint, right? Like I hate Pied for this, but he has recently won one tourney. And it does, like, as much as I hate saying it, it does count for something. And the last good Wario player, or like,
we can understand you right now.
So, oh my god. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, now it's working again.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Okay. Basically, the last big thing achieved by Wario players between BS and Beefdoor, which are off the head the two best Wario players, like they haven't done stuff in at least a year. And even Beefdoor, when he was like made like a small comeback, he was playing Luigi as far as I saw.
Yeah.
So like that kind of shows you like the difference in like at least Pied. Yes, it was like maybe like 6 months ago now, or maybe like 9 months. But within the last year, DK has done something. DK has had consistent representation in Prem. He's had consistent representation in Premier. Where are the Warios?
And one thing with Wario that I have in mind is if you make some mistake with the items with Wario, I think you get punished pretty hard.
You do.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's very little room for error because, again, you don't get DK's big items. It's a crutch for DK, but like it's a good like
crutch to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and back on the Wario point with his lack of a tournament success and all that, probably the best Wario performance in recent tournament was that character Clan War, and it wasn't even Banana Steals. It was a pretty much Slosh carrying Viv the entire tournament, who's not even the
So
Wario
funny.
main.
Thank you, Slosh. Very cool. We now crown you as best Wario. People go fight Slosh for that title now. I think that's
Yeah.
objectively funny.
It would be interesting to see on the tier list like which character is the best against the other character like matchups.
Oh yeah, matchup base. I think
To
it would
yeah.
depend. I think like just overall, I would probably favor probably a Peach and a Daisy just because I think they could play on any map, whereas like a DK and a Wario heavily favor maps with bigger goals.
hmm
I don't necessarily agree with that. I see the logic. I think DK Crater is like such a big oversized meme that at this point the advantage you get from it is the psychological advantage of oh fuck, it's DK on Crater. I think that's my personal take on the stadiums. I really don't think characters in stadiums have like insane matchup synergy that you like have to be aware of.
I mean,
That's my take though. I do be a middling SMS player, but
I mean,
we can
Bayboss as a
we
Waluigi
can
main managed to take a game 7 on Crater with DK over Dej.
real.
He doesn't even he hardly plays DK unless they go Crater, and it went Crater. He chose DK and he won.
That's true
That's
though.
my goat. That's my goat. DK's my goat. Raw.
What we need to say like on SMS, it's like not that big of a difference if you play this main character, in like other games than Charged or something.
Yeah,
So
true.
if you have like enough skill than the other player, then you can easily like play a different main character
Yeah, no.
and still
I
win.
feel like it's not necessarily like it's just different styles. Some styles gel way better with different characters. So
Yeah,
hmm
yeah, like
if you can find a character that either accentuates your strengths and like covers up your weaknesses, like that's your character. That's how it be.
yeah, like every DK main is a great movement player. That's just how it is.
So true. Raw.
Yeah, but and then Slosh alluded to this a lot. Like, really, it doesn't matter what captain you pick. It's really about what sidekick you pick for being viable.
Yeah, no, so real. There's really only 2 picks for that, and there is only 4 sidekicks. So
Yeah, really, if you're
there's
not
only some
picking
amount of
Toad or Birdo, you're screwed.
yeah.
That's
I
true.
mean, Slosh was kind of cooking for with his Yoshi Koopas for a while, but like
Yeah,
it's still such a deficit that you have to cover. Granted, I will say Koopas and Hammer Bros both have like the better movement out of the 3, but that's not really what you're looking for out of your sidekicks.
yeah,
You're looking
hmm
for defense more so.
yeah.
So
Definitely looking for defense.
I think if you play Koopas, you need to really how do I say, like you need to style a lot
Yeah, you
and
have to be really quick
movement
to
only,
move.
and yeah, and if you have like an aggressive player, your defense is so trash, it's hard to counter that out.
Yeah, nowhere would just make a living on Waluigi Koopas and you being aggressive and him just outmaneuvering you.
hmm
yeah,
I feel like for like certain captains, there's like certain sidekicks I think that are better with that captain. Like obviously like a DK since he's not as good as a Peach or Daisy, you really can only use like DK Toads primarily.
yeah. There's there's also like I do think the what do you call it? The difference in composition between like a DK Toads and a DK Birdos is like really interesting because like with one, right, you're going for a more standard defense, like a hit heavy defense to like kind of cover up DK's deficiencies on defense. And even then, like me personally, I'm going off of conventional wisdom. My personal wisdom, I think DK is amazing for defense. Like
hmm
Oh yeah, he
just get
is.
in front of the shots. He is, right? But like traditionally, you think DK as a liability, mostly in transition because he'll lose the ball, and then you have like 1-2 people back against like 3.
Yeah.
But anyway, the also the difference of that between that's like DK Toads and then DK Birdos, where it's just like you just want to get in front of anything and you're going to hit as less as possible, is also like insane. Like if we can get Milo on that shit, hear me out. Like I want to see
the real wall.
This is like an actual wall. This is an actual wall. Like everybody on the team is brown. They're all bricks. They're all large. You can't get through them. Milo, hear me out. This is my personal plea to Milograms. So yeah,
I'm already seeing the custom textures like with bricks.
no, so true. Brick outline and everything. That's so funny.
So do you want to make now the final tier list on our opinions?
Did we start talking about DK or like the actual like placement of DK on the tier list, or like?
Yeah, I mentioned it briefly that he should be up in B tier and not C.
Yeah, no, because
we can go into more detail on that.
Basically, yeah, no, if you don't mind, I'll also go on my little piece about DK because me personally as a DK player, I think if you're going to pick any character as a beginner, it should be DK, right? Because every other character is you can essentially do a lot of movement with them, right? But like if you're a new player, that movement isn't really going to be useful to you. And if you're new, one of the big things in SMS that you're going to struggle with the most is item usage. And what's the character that covers up item usage the best? It's something that can, it's DK because he has he has really big items. There's way bigger room for error. The 5 bananas alone, that item, it's a wall, an actual wall. Which again, Milo, please.
Just 5 bananas and then you have 2 Birdos.
It's like 3 bananas and 5 bananas. Like there's so much. Like he unironically has like such good items just because everything is big. Like if you see small bombs come out, you're like, oh my god, that's so unlucky because everything else is big.
Bigger means
and it's just like this gives you so much more room for error with your items, and it's amazing. Like, and that it kind of does go back to what you're saying of it covers up I know I'm not the greatest with items. I've had very notable item deficiencies before and Wata item
usage.
Yeah, there it is. But like at the very least, like if you know your shit, like it's such a good, like almost like a counter meta character where everybody's like small, fat, smaller, and like easier to maneuver. But like instead of that, it's easier to catch them because you have these items, and also like there's a certain amount of you get the extra defense too, which is great.
Yeah, that's why I originally started DK because I just wanted to be different.
No, like I legitimately for all of our differences, I started the same way with DK, but not more so. It's like I want to be different. I don't want to have my character stolen off me and have to play a different one. So I started picking DK because I've noticed nobody played DK at the time. And that was what, early 2022.
Yeah, that was early 2022. Yeah.
Yeah, I was remembering you.
But also, I've come to the point where I could be decent with pretty much any captain, so it doesn't really matter if you steal mine or not.
I mean, no, that's fair. I'm very much still a one-trick pony, but like,
your Luigi's good.
Luigi's all right. He's getting there. One day, I tried Peach for a minute, and it just did not feel right. So the item usage showed a lot. It was bad.
DK's items are saving you.
No, like straight up, and like no, you what do you call it? You know the I forgot what it was. I think it was Challenger Finals it was me versus Zuki. I got what do you call it? I was chasing him down in OT for one of it was at the end of the game. I think if I lost the game, I lost the set.
Mm-hmm.
I hit him with the hit item tech where you like hit the Y button, you do the hit animation, and then you press the item thing.
Yeah,
press
so
the
you
item button, and then you
it's faster.
propel the items with the bananas. It works specifically with bananas the best because of like the momentum. It's very momentum based.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught him like before he got the chance for like a slider or like a breakaway chip. And like I think of that as just like that's the potential that you have with DK because you can do that with any character, right?
Mm-hmm.
But specifically with those bananas, like I believe that bananas, while not the best item game, they have the most utility.
Yeah.
Banana shots.
Banana shots. No, like straight up. You can do so much with bananas, and then you get big bananas with DK.
Yeah,
So
true.
like,
Yeah. That just reminds me when
anyway, that's my
I
piece.
scored that banana goal on me in friendlies.
These these banner goals are like I'm always shaking my head when one goes in.
Alright, now we gotta actually officially rank these. And this will be the new tier list, and if people don't like it, oh well, they're gonna have to deal with it.
Accept it. Yeah.
So I think we're pretty much all in agreement Daisy and Peach are S tier.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would put the robots on A to be honest.
Yeah,
If we
I
rank
do the
as
same.
Yeah,
If
so
the
Robo's gonna be an
look,
A.
if we can patch out the clanking sound that they make when they play, and then have people actually play them, I'd be so down. I'd hop on the freaking Robo train
Oh, these
for like
sounds
at
are
least like
so
a month.
I don't like it either.
Side tournament Robo
No, look,
DJ.
that's legitimate. Legitimately, people have been like, yeah, no, they're not broken anymore, but we don't want to unban them because the note sound is so freaking
Yeah.
annoying. And
We,
I'm
we
like,
should
damn,
we should make a side tournament with robots only but with Ditto. So you don't
oh
know
my
which
god,
one is yours.
dude, that's chaos. I might, I
Yeah.
look, he might ask Pool Boy to see if he can
Yeah.
patch that noise out, and then
I think
we'll
it's
get
not that
on it.
hard.
Yeah.
Alright, so we
Anyway,
got Robo in A tier. Who else do we want to put in the A tier?
Walu.
Yeah, Walu, I think
Walu is so A.
probably the most.
Wallow but on the bottom of A, I think.
Yeah. I think Yoshi could
Yeah,
probably
I'm
be.
still unsure about Yoshi. If he should stay there or go to B.
I think the Mario Bros and Mario Bros, Yoshi, DK are all B. They all feel
But should we
equivalent to me.
if we have DK on B, should we make Wario on C only? I mean,
I don't think the gap is that far from
That's kind of
DK to Wario, so I would probably still
mm,
lean towards Wario at low B.
yeah.
I can take a low B, but like DK, I personally think Wario is by far worse. But that also might be my item deficit showing.
Yeah.
I would put Wario on lower speed than DK and then the Mario Bros.
All
I think
right.
Yoshi on A is still good.
Yeah, Yoshi and
I
A
mean, if
was.
you're really good, I think Slush plays him.
Yeah, Slosh, Milo,
Yeah, Yoshi's either
Rhythm, Galaxy's good.
Yoshi is either actually Yoshi literally helped Tide win Summer Split. Yeah, put him in low A. Actually,
Yeah. And heck,
So
Galaxy
you
the
only
was.
have
Yoshi slander was
Waluigi.
crazy. By the way, like right before that final, can we talk about the Yoshi slander for a minute? Like Yoshi was not doing too good in the court of public opinion before that Grand Final. That was
No.
crazy.
Well, Yoshi's got the most mains in the server.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
would
no,
put
it was
Yoshi on top A to be honest.
Yeah, I think Yoshi is
no, it
probably
wasn't.
Waluigi.
Yeah, no, like the Walu should be the line of like where A tier and B tier is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I guess the robots in the middle. I mean,
Robot
nobody plays them.
Robo is like underneath the princesses. I don't think Yoshi's top of A tier.
Yeah.
I think it's princesses,
Alright.
Robo, Yoshi, Walu, then Mario Bros, DK, Wario.
Yep, that's.
So we have no C in D tier.
He has no C and
No
D.
C and no D is fine. I mean, like that does kind of show like there's
How
no
close they
really
are.
Yeah, how
big
much has
deficits.
changed in 2 years?
Yeah, no. Honestly, like posting the before and after would be kind of fire, low key.
I mean, we already have the before up. when
Yeah,
they do the
no.
command, and then once we change it, they're gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm only gonna change it once we release the podcast, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Alright.
Well, that's gonna do it for the very first episode of the Sudden Death podcast. hopefully next episode we get into some MSC talk for Ein.
You,
Well,
we could talk about MSC at some point.
MSC
I
tier
wanted.
list
I
would be
want to
like
get.
MSC tier list would be really interesting, to be honest.
yeah.
No, you know,
I
if
think
you're
it's
gonna
pretty
have an
outdated as
MSC
well.
tier list, no, if we're gonna do an MSC tier list, we need to have you, Kyle, Zagler, Fetter, Briggs, and freaking Wally all in on
If you
it.
ask them,
Wally.
No, like I need to see all 6 of you just talking together about MSC. I need it. I need it.
it's true though.
Bowser
Inject that
Jr.
into
Bowser Jr. for
my
S tier.
veins, dude. So
Bowser
true.
Jr.
That's my goat.
Bro,
Matsumoto.
Bowser Jr. is like one time he's the absolute beast at like making goals, and the other time he's so bad he makes 40 shots, no goal.
No,
It's like crazy.
he's such a liability. It's so funny. Anyway,
Anyways, that's a preview of the next episode. You're going to see a bunch of MSC players debating the tier list. Now that's going to get pretty crazy. I mean, but anyways, goodbye and enjoy your day.
So yeah, guys.
see everybody.
Bye.